Today we have two epic illusions all rolled into one delicious episode. G'day champion, welcome back to Murphy's Magic Saturday Sorcery with me, Beau Creamer. How are you? I hope you're having an incredible Saturday. What have you been up to? Let me know in the comments below. I am really excited to hear what you've been doing. And just between you and me, commenting below gives you 7 years good luck, but don't tell anyone. This is just between you and me. So get some good luck. You deserve it. Now, today's episode actually came about between a conversation between me and a couple other magicians where we were talking about old effects that were created in the past, and this video came up in the discussion. Now the method is way more fun than the illusion itself, but let's have a little game right now. Let me know in the comments below, just do a little thumbs up emoji to let me know that you know what the method is while this episode's going, and then we're gonna check out what the method actually is at the end of the episode. A bit of Saturday fundery, as they call it. No one calls it that, I apologize. Now that effect led into another discussion about levitations, and I really wanted to do this levitation for you today. So let's check out exactly what this one looks like. Oh, I love this visual. It is so clean, so good. Let me know if you like it too. I might be biased, but I really like it. Now, I also have to be honest, this is 100% for social media or direct face-on. Angles on this are absolutely terrible. Now you wonder why? Well, let's head downstairs right now and see actually how to build this gimmick.
This portion of the show is brought to you by the inflatable magic wand. Just blow them up and watch the fun.
So to do this, all you're going to need is a can and the secret weapon, a ruler. So to create your slit like this, you're going to need an X-Acto knife, and I used a Sharpie just to mark my line, but you don't have to do that if you don't want. But you're going to tilt your can to where you kind of want it to be on the angle, and then you're just going to see, you can see that's like a horizontal line now. That's where I just got my pen and I drew a horizontal line on it. So that's the angle I wanted my can to be on. You then take your ruler and load it into your can like so. And that is it. If you want a little bit more stability, you can take some tape. Rip a bit of tape off. And with your ruler loaded in, you're going to push it onto the can like so. That's going to give you a bit more stability for when you're levitating. Now this is the behind the scenes view. And also you're going to need two objects that you're going to slide your ruler in. So they're going to be sitting off in the background behind the shot. So when you load your ruler in, it's going to be balancing in. Now, if you don't have two half brick boxes, you could use more decks of cards, whatever you have lying around that has a bit of weight to help support your can. So if I load my ruler in here, you can see it go in between these two half brick boxes and it balances like so. So loading it on, the front of the can looks like this. It looks normal with your hand holding the can, like there's nothing funny going on. But the back looks like this with your middle finger underneath the ruler to help guide it into the slot in between your two objects. Your middle finger, as you come to load it on, your middle finger is going to come in and guide it into that gap. And then you're just going to adjust your hand down to support that weight of the can as you lower it down. Now that's what your right hand is doing. What your left hand is going to be doing is just supporting the bottom of the can to make contact with the top of the decks or whatever you're going to be balancing the object on to start off with. That's just to support and hold it in place and make sure it doesn't bounce about a bit. So your right hand is going to load this in and hold it up here. And then you're going to come down and readjust with your hands like you're about to balance a can on a table or anywhere you try and balance it. And all this is doing is to disguise the bouncing of the can on the ruler. You're going to come down and like you're balancing it, and you're just going to kind of slowly move your hands away and let that kind of look like it's balancing. Then all you're going to do is you're going to slowly pull the decks out from underneath. But here is some word of advice. How am I going to do this? What I'll do is I'll bend that down a little bit. There you go. So it creates a bit more, or by more drop. There you go. That'll work. So if I pull these out now, you're going to see the can drop like this. Now this is because obviously I've pulled this down and stretched my metal on my can. But this is also if your objects aren't the right height at the back here, or they're too low, or the cans are the decks are too high, that's going to mess you up. So when you pull your deck out, you're going to have a drop. So you want to make sure that everything is the right height. And to also counter this, if this is what you have now and there's no way you can kind of fix that, it is what it is. You could either get your decks and put some folded up bits of paper or card or some extra cards on the bottom to raise this up to make contact with the bottom if you can, or work on your object behind. Whatever your heavy objects are behind, you're going to lower them down. Maybe not have a half brick, but maybe some more decks and just lower that down just so you're going to be balancing on top of your decks. Because obviously you don't want to come in and load it here and let go and it's already levitating. Now, if you want your object to stand a little bit further out from your background, obviously take your smaller ruler and use a larger ruler. So we'll load this into the can, load it into our weighted objects, and then do your balance. And there you go, you got that long distance now from the background.
This show was brought to you today by the letter Y. Why? Because we have nothing else better to do.
So that's it. That's as easy it is. The old ruler in the back of the can trick. Now, I actually was working on a really detailed gimmick with this that had like a retracted straw that had come out, that had a magnet on the end, that had a cap on it, that when you pushed it into the can, it would lock. And I was like, this is going to be too difficult and way too absurd for anyone to want to build. Then I thought, how can I make this the easiest, simplest way I can actually ever perform this? And I sat down, got everything off my desk, and literally looked at my desk, what I had lying about, instantly looked at the ruler, and I said, this is it. This is the easiest version you could ever do this with. Now, while this looks relatively easy to do, there are a couple of key points that you need to take down when performing this effect. Now, because it is a ruler and because it is levering and the can is balancing and bouncing about, what you could do is tape the can or add some glue or blue tack to the can so it sits perfectly on the ruler. But it is going to bounce a little bit when you're like adjusting the can onto the cards or whatever you're balancing to make it levitate. You are going to get a little bit of bounce. So you need to adjust that with your hands and kind of move slow and move with the object. Don't pull down with your hands and let go, because then you're going to get it bouncing about. And you also have to be careful about wear and tear on the object. Constantly moving up and down, in and out with this, you're going to have the object slowly start to bend. Like I started to get my can starting to bend. So when I started performing it later and later, it started getting dropping more and more. And I actually had to start taking decks out, or you have to kind of bend it back up and load more tape in to hold it. So be wary of wear and tear on your object. You might be prepared to do a couple of takes on this. It literally took me 5 takes and I had the shot, but up to you. You just need to be prepared to have a lot of gimmicks made just in case you can't get your shot right. Now, if you aren't levitating from this episode, or you get the pun? You got the pun? Yeah, you did. If you aren't levitating from the episode already and you want to get even higher, here is a mid-episode giveaway. Now, all you have to do is comment below what drink you would actually levitate, or what drink you would make never ending for the rest of your life. Let me know in the comments below and I'll choose someone out at random to win Beauverload, so all of my effects I've ever released, and also some that aren't even on the market that are on Beauverload. Plus, you'll also win $50 worth of downloads from anything you want on Murphy's Magic. So let me know those drinks, baby. Now, another idea I had for this, and the whole idea of having things cantilevering out, objects floating on, I also thought about a green screen object, where what you would do is you'd have a green screen background with your like a ledge sitting out on it. And what you do is you just balance your can on that, and then you'd have your background screen like this, or whatever was on my desk, and green screen that in. So you could have your hands behind it. You could actually bring your hand up and down like this, or you could have something you pass in front of it, but it's literally just sitting on that green screen shelf. Now let me know in the comments below if you'd want to see that. I did make the gimmick up and I did start playing around with it, but I didn't edit the whole video because I didn't know whether you wanted to see it. But let me know if you want to see it. I'm happy to post it and share it. Now, another way you could definitely do this is with the old BA. Now, if you don't know what that is, I'll link in the description below right now where you can check out everything you need to know about it and learn all the ins and kits and caboodles with it all. But I'm not going to get into that here. But this method would be if you want to stand straight onto camera, perform it, and have the object floating right in front of you, and you could be looking to camera and see your beautiful face as this levitation happens. Now there you go, there's 3 different methods on how to make this levitate in this tutorial. Obviously you saw the one that I taught, which is the super simple, easy, what you have lying around on your desk already routine, a plug and play, if you will, type effect. And then the other 2, which is gonna need some setup, one with a computer and one with a little bit of knowledge on a previous technique. But please have a play with this. Let me know what you think. I'd love to see what you do with this. It is absolutely so much fun to do. Even with yourself performing it on camera and just playing around with it at home, it is a lot of fun to play with. So please shoot your videos, shoot your effects, and share them with me online. I'd love to see what you come up with. It doesn't have to be cans. It could be a deck of cards. It could be a packet of crisps. It could be your sister's favorite toy. I can't wait to see what you guys create with this. Now here we are, the bit we were waiting for on how to do the never-ending beer jug. You've had some time to think while this episode's been going. You have given me a thumbs up in the comment section. I can see a couple of you already have got it right. Well done, you. Now it is a really fun effect. I had so much fun performing this. I did this back in Melbourne, Australia, where I sat with which was my girlfriend at the time, but now my beautiful wife, Lauren, and Nathan Dharma. I hired these 2 to come and help me out, bought them lunch as a special thank you because this was a long day of shooting, a wet day of shooting. So the history behind this is I wanted to create an effect where you had a can and you filled up a glass, or you could constantly filling up glasses that are obviously 10, 20 times the size larger than what the can is, or you constantly keep filling up those glasses. Now back in the day when I created this, Instagram only allowed 1-minute videos. So I couldn't continuously fill up jug after jug after jug. I could only do that one because it took about a minute to fill that bad boy up. Now, do you want to see how it's done? Roll the clip. What a ridiculous way to do this, but oh, so much fun. Now, if you do want to build this, let me know. I'm more than happy to send you what you need to build for this. But it was a long time ago, so I'm happy to kind of work with you on this. But if you already know from that video, I would love to see your performances on it. If you've got the time to build it, Obviously, the gimmick is way more involved and off screen is way more involved than what's happening on screen. But I love it so much. If you do it, please, again, share, tag Murphy's Magic, tag me in the videos. I would love to see what you do with it. Now, remember early in the episode when I said you'd have good luck if you commented on the video? Well, here is another little secret bit for you, a little tidbit for you, if you will. If you like this video and you see me in the future, say, hey, Beau, I like that video of you where you did the levitation and then you taught us how to do the beer thing. And then you know what will happen? I'll do this. I'll put my hand up, you'll put your hand up, and we'll do this. We'll do that. This is my hand, this is your hand. I pinky promise, we'll do that. If you like this video and you tell me in the future, or you see me wandering about, come find me, come to my house right now. Come knock on my door and say, Beau, I like the video. And then we can do that. Now, if you have any questions on anything that I've taught today, any of the two effects, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to answer them. But also, if you have any gimmicks or any objects that you want me to build and create magic into, please leave them in the comments below too. I'd love to create something one-off and then share them on next week's Saturday Sorcery. But that's all we have time for Saturday Sorcery this week. Thank you again so much for joining me. Now, if you're watching this on Saturday, thank you. Now, when you finish watching this, jump over to our Discord, link in the description below right now. Come hang out and jam, talk about everything magic. We can even talk about these effects, or we can talk about anything you want. We're over on Discord right now. But if you're watching this in the future, enjoy the future. It is going to be amazing. I know I'm psychic. I could already tell you're going to be having a great day. So go enjoy the day, whatever you're doing. Now, take care. Bye for now. See you later. See ya. Whoa, look at this. Well, so much good magic in there. You need to check this out. You're not going to regret it. I pinky promise you. Oh, whoa. Look at this. This shining diamond over here. What is this? Beautiful. You probably should click that if you haven't subscribed yet. But then you should definitely check out this because this is good. Treat yourself.